The world felt like it was spinning, but not in that dizzying butterflies in your stomach way I felt when Caleb first proposed. This was a nauseating ground disappearing beneath my feet kind of spin. It all started with a simple notification on his phone, left face up on the nightstand. A name I didn't recognize, followed by a heart emoji. My own heart plummeted. I told myself it was nothing, a cousin, a new colleague. But the seed of doubt was planted, and it grew with every late night he claimed was for work, every hushed phone call he took in the other room. Caleb and I had built a life together, a beautiful intricate tapestry woven with 10 years of shared dreams, laughter, and promises. We were Naira and Caleb, the couple everyone looked up to. We had the perfect house, the 2.5 kids dream on the horizon, and a love I thought was indestructible. The small signs started piling up. The new, expensive cologne he started wearing. The sudden interest in hitting the gym at odd hours. The way his eyes would glaze over when I talked about our future. Each one was a tiny tear in the fabric of our life, and I was desperately trying to stitch it back together, pretending not to see the rips. My friend Sarah noticed the change in me before I was ready to admit it to myself. I was quieter. My smile didn't quite reach my eyes anymore. One evening, over coffee, I finally broke. The words tumbled out, a torrent of suspicion and fear. "I think Caleb is seeing someone else," I whispered, the words tasting like poison on my tongue. Sarah just held my hand, her silence a comforting anchor in my storm. She didn't offer platitudes, she just listened. The confirmation came on a Tuesday. It was our anniversary. I had planned a surprise dinner, his favorite meal, the whole house filled with the scent of roasted garlic and rosemary. He called at 7, his voice strained. "So sorry, honey. Got held up at the office. Big project deadline. I'll be late." I knew he was lying. I just knew. Driven by a desperation I didn't recognize in myself, I did something I never thought I would. I used that location-sharing app we'd installed for emergencies. His phone wasn't at his office building downtown. It was at a fancy restaurant across town, a place we'd only been to for special occasions. My hands trembled as I got into my car. I had to see it for myself. And there he was, seated at a cozy corner table, bathed in candlelight, laughing with a woman I'd never seen before. She was beautiful, and she was looking at my husband with an adoration that I used to own. The sight didn't just break my heart. It shattered it into a million microscopic pieces. I couldn't breathe. The world I knew, the life Caleb and I had built, crumbled into dust right before my eyes. I didn't storm in. I didn't make a scene. I just turned around, walked back to my car and drove. I don't remember the drive home. The next thing I knew, I was standing in our living room, staring at the photos on the mantelpiece. US on our wedding day, us on vacation in Italy, us smiling, always smiling. Were they all lies? When Caleb walked in just after midnight, humming a cheerful tune, he found me sitting on the floor, surrounded by his packed bags. The smile vanished from his face, replaced by a flicker of panic, then resignation. He didn't even try to deny it. "Naira, I can't explain," he started, the most cliché line in the book. "Explain what, Caleb?" I asked, my voice eerily calm. "Explain how you could look me in the eye this morning and tell me you loved me. Explain how you could throw away 10 years for..." "What? A thrill?" The argument that followed was a blur of tears, accusations, and heartbreaking confessions. He said he felt trapped, that the spark was gone. He said it wasn't supposed to mean anything, but it meant everything. It meant the end of us. The days that followed were a haze of grief. I felt like a ghost in my own home. Every object held a memory, every corner echoed with his laughter. The life we had meticulously constructed was now a ruin I had to navigate alone. Sarah was my rock, bringing me food I wouldn't eat and forcing me to take walks I didn't want to go on. One day, she sat me down. "Naira," she said gently, "you can't stay here buried in the wreckage. You have to rebuild." For you, she was right. Rebuilding wasn't about forgetting. It was about learning to live with the scars. It started with small steps. I packed away the photos. I redecorated the living room, painting over the memories with a fresh new color. I started a new hobby, something that was just for me. Slowly, painfully, I began to reclaim my space, my life, my identity outside of being Caleb's wife. I learned that a relationship is like a house. You can build it with the strongest materials, the most beautiful design, but if the foundation is cracked by lies, it's destined to fall. And when it does, you're left standing in the rubble. But you're still standing. It's been a year now. I sold the house. I moved into a smaller apartment in a new part of the city, one that doesn't hold any ghosts. I'm still healing, and some days are harder than others. But I'm also discovering a strength I never knew I had. I'm not just Nira, the woman whose husband cheated. I am Naira, the woman who survived. The woman who's rebuilding her life from the ground up on a new, stronger foundation. My own. This story isn't just about betrayal. It's about resilience. It's about finding yourself when you feel completely lost. If you're going through something similar, know that the pain feels all-consuming now, but it won't last forever. You are stronger than the wreckage. Thank you for listening to my story. Please subscribe for more real-life experiences and stories of finding strength in adversity.